Hi everyone, it's Calvin from the future here, just to say that in this video there is major conversation about the idea of people taking their own lives, which can be very, very upsetting for a lot of people, and if it is upsetting for you, there's no issue with skipping this video or at least preparing yourself. It's even conversation that I have in this video as well, because obviously it's unavoidable. It's not something that happens, you talk about it and then you move on. It's a whole chapter that is basically surrounding this. But I just wanted people to know this, just so they could know themselves. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for all your support on Raincode. I'm getting a little emotional even saying this intro, because saying goodbye to Raincode is a very big deal for me. Thank you. Hello baby gangsters, this is Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is my first ever playthrough of the sub-stories for Raincode, and we're about to do Vivia's sub-story. I think there's only 2 left, so we might get these done today in this video. We'll see how it works out. We don't know how long they're going to be, how short they're going to be. Some of them have been short so far, some of them have been a bit longer. Like Laura's was a bit longer than the other ones, but that's okay too. It's been a long journey with Raincode, but it's been pretty incredible. Like, look at this setting. Like, the setting of...
is always awaiting me upon my
Oh my god, of course we're starting off with a Vivia line like this.
Like trees neatly lining the roadside, casting dark shadows at
Oh
my feet.
my lord.
Even if I manage to overcome them and make progress down that path,
Yeah?
when I turn around, the cruel truth is waiting there. The shadows are a procession.
Oh my
to
god,
funeral.
Vivia. Like, it's so depressing, but it's so well written.
Live means to continuously die. Every human is nothing but a walking corpse.
What's this door? Jesus Christ, Vivia. Vivia's lucky he's like, look at the, oh my god, look at this
So,
setting.
I, too, am dying in this moment.
Wait, so he's saying he's dying, like, multiple times throughout his entire life. That is so okay. Okay, it's such an interesting start for Vivia, but then again, Vivia is an unbelievably interesting character, so it makes sense that he would have, like, an unbelievably interesting start. This setting is fantastic. It's like a horror game. Vivia just sitting down in the elevator, of course, you know?
It doesn't seem to be moving at all. And the management company isn't responding
It's stuck.
either.
The elevator's stuck.
I guess we just have to wait. If you wait long enough, everything will come to
Oh
an
my
end.
god, Vivia.
Just as there is rain unceasing, a day will come when the sun doesn't rise, and when the oceans dry up too.
That is Vivia. That is our Vivia.
One day, you will die, and so will I.
Is that supposed to be a joke? How can you talk about death in this situation?
Honestly, like, if Vivia wasn't talking about death, I'd be more worried about everyone here. I'd be more worried about him and you if he wasn't talking about that. That means it's not Vivia and it's an imposter.
I'm not enjoying this situation enough to make light jokes about it.
I think I'd find things a bit more enjoyable if I wasn't trapped in here with you.
With you? Also, another, like, new character design for the DLCs, and which, like, you know, I appreciate quite a bit. We'll talk about the overall DLCs and how we feel about all of them as we, when we finish up, for sure.
I apologize if I've offended you. I wish to avoid all unnecessary...
He doesn't want to expend the energy. He doesn't want to expend the energy in a fight. See, this is the thing. Vivia can say all this stuff because he's super handsome, you know? So it's kind of like, you know, you're stuck in an elevator with a dude who's like, we're all gonna die someday. And you're like, well, look, he's cute, you know?
Same goes for me. Sorry I raised my voice. I'm not used to situations like this.
Oh man, like, it's totally understandable. Like, getting stuck in an elevator is horrifying, right? That's a horrifying situation.
Nor am I. We found something we agree.
Well, that's nice. But you know what I mean? Like getting stuck in an elevator means, like, you are basically, like, there's a big van outside. Getting stuck in an elevator basically means, like, you know, like, there is a, even though, like, you know, chances are you're probably going to get out of there, there is, like, it's a decreasing of oxygen, right? It's a decreasing of, like, you know, energy. It's like, it's something that is just, like, instantly just like, oh my god, your brain goes to, what if we never get out of here? Even though that's, like, you know, somewhat irrational, it's a fear that, like, makes perfect sense.
Aren't you afraid
Afraid?
of all this? We're stuck in an elevator, hanging in midair.
And it's in midair. Wow.
What if something happens and we fall to our deaths?
There we go. Like, I think this, like, while it's like, I don't think this is irrational. I think it's just a fear that, like, everyone has if they got stuck in an elevator. It's like, what if this whole thing snaps? What if it, like, breaks? What if it broke for a reason? What if we're all gonna, like, not, survive this whole situation? I think it's such a normal fear to have.
I don't think I'm afraid.
Oh.
What if the elevator is never fixed and we're trapped here forever?
There we go. That's exactly the exact fear you
It
have.
would be like a coffin. I actually think it would be rather cozy.
Oh my
I
god.
could just sleep here until I die.
Yeah, of course Vivia would say that.
What's with you and your death wish?
It's not like I intended to have one. It's hard to describe. Thinking of death is like breathing.
Just
to
normal.
me.
Just normal.
Do you find it fun to live like that?
Isn't that what life is all about? There are things that I find fun. For example, I love reading
Look at his,
stories.
like, smile and he talks about reading stories.
For some reason, I feel more alive when I can invest in a story's protagonist. I also love gazing at the beauty found in nature. Seeing plants sway in the breeze brings joy to my heart.
That's really nice too, right? That's a really nice thing to say.
You sure are a strange one.
I mean, like, those are, like, very, like, for someone who, like, is always talking about death, like, the idea of, like, watching plants sway in the breeze is, like, a very comfortable thing in life where it's, like, this is magical almost in a lot of ways. It's you're, like, almost becoming, like, one with the earth as you're looking at these things swing. Because it's, like, man, it's such a beautiful aspect of life. It's, like, watching flowers sway in the breeze, watching, like, trees, leaves blow in the wind. It's so pretty. And then reading as well, like, takes you to another stage in life where you can, like, relate to someone, or maybe even, like, as, Vivia was saying, like, live through almost like a protagonist as well. Like, it's exciting. So there are exciting parts in life, but it seems that he's really in love with the parts of life that, like, don't take a lot of effort. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, watching an anime or reading a story or, watching some flowers. It's, like, minimal effort, but you get so much out of it.
Am I? What about you? What makes you happy?
Well, I suppose I like to observe life.
Yeah. Well, Vivia, you have something in common then.
Observe
In terms of
life.
flowers, at least.
I used to be a nurse.
Whoa. Really tough job.
I've seen many lives saved and lost at the hospital.
Yeah. No, that's a tough job. Like, and I don't think there's any country in the world where nurses are not overworked and underpaid, to be honest.
Life should be more precious than diamonds. But some people are treated more poorly than a pebble on the road.
Wow.
Isn't that strange? A life is a life. So why should its value be different depending on the person?
Agreed. I think it's like, that's that was the crux of, like, Monster, the anime and manga Monster. If you haven't seen it, it's fantastic. The idea of, like, this doctor's like, why on earth should this rich man's life be more important than this poorer man's life just because he has a higher social standing? It doesn't make any sense to me,
So now, whenever I look at people, I watch their lives. I wonder how valuable each life may be.
You're also kind of strange.
Vivia calls you strange?
Am I?
Speaking of which, I didn't catch your name.
Oh.
I'm Vivia. Who are you?
I'm real.
Rio.
Beautiful name.
I think we may have met before. Do you remember?
For real? Oh, so we're not... I thought we were going to be in this situation for a bit, but looks like we're having, like, flashbacks as well. Interesting having... Oh, there's Vivia in the fireplace. Interesting having Vivia, who has a death wish, be around a character who has... Oh, there's Yakou again, who, like, saved lives,
Hey, Vivia. Everyone else is out on a job. How long are you gonna stay
He's
there?
reading, Yakou. He's reading.
Until I die.
Oh, my God.
You gotta be kidding me. Do I have to pull the pieces of you out of there once you're a skeleton? If you have free time, why don't you help work on some unsolved cases?
Chief, do I look like I have a lot of free time to you?
No, not at all. You're very busy.
You look like you're so bored you could die.
He's gonna be like
But
relatable.
look, just hear me out as a way to kill time. There have been a series of suspicious deaths lately. People jumping to their demise from a certain...
Jesus, man.
The first one was over 5 years ago, and people have been periodically jumping ever since.
That is so scary. What the hell?
There's been over 10 confirmed cases.
What's suspicious about that? They came across a building to jump off of when they happened to feel like dying.
But I think it's like the consecutive nature of it.
That's probably all there is to it.
That could be true for 1 or 2 cases, but over 10 times in the same spot?
Yeah, there's something up with that.
That's unusual, no matter how you look at it.
Are you suggesting someone is pulling the strings behind the scenes?
We won't know until it's investigated. It'd be an absolute nightmare if someone is getting their kicks killing people and making it look like
That'd
suicide.
be horrific. Absolutely horrible. We already had a case like that. No, actually, you know what's so... Like, no, she did make it look like a... Yeah, she did. She did. Caught and did that, yeah.
For the sake of the town's safety, it's not something we can ignore.
Yep.
That's where we come in.
There's no point in investigating it. All we will find is boring reality.
No matter how boring it is, it's still reality. There's value in finding it.
Detectives are such troublesome creatures.
Aren't you one too?
Huh?
Huh?
Don't look at me
What?
all surprised.
What?
Why'd you come here if you're no detective?
Aren't you one too? Huh?
Aren't you here to solve mysterious crimes and help those who are lost?
That's the most lively I've ever seen Vivia ever. With a huh. Yeah, no, like it's a bit creepy. It's more than creepy, actually. I'm Vivia, of course.
Ask me why I came to this
Oh,
town.
I definitely want to hear this.
I don't understand it myself. I'm not actively searching for a place to die just yet.
Okay.
I'm not here to be a detective searching for the truth. It's nothing so pure or sincere. The reason I came to this city was due to my impatience with living. What did I seek by coming here? What do I expect?
So
from this
interesting.
place?
And Vivia, of course, like walks around without a rain jacket or a hat or anything, which, like, to me adds to the character so much. There. Okay. Yeah, there's Rio. He's so freaking beautiful, man. No way. No way. Did he save her?
That was
Wait.
a woman in a red raincoat. That reminds me. The chief did mention something.
Interesting. Okay.
Around the building where the suicides occur, a suspicious woman in a red raincoat has
Rio.
often been spotted.
Wait, what's happening?
I'm not interested in the truth, but I am interested in her.
There you go.
I should try to tag along behind her without being spotted.
Man, we're playing as... We're going to get to play as... yeah, we are, look! We're playing as a gorgeous man who does like a half Naruto run. Naruto. I've never actually seen Naruto, but... So, what's interesting about this so far is that, like, we have a character who's, like, very Look how... I cannot believe it. The movement is so different. We have a character who's so disinterested in, like, the idea of, like, most aspects of life. But, like, latches on to things that he is most interested in and the things that, like, makes him so interested. And, like, even the idea, like, remember we talked about, like, how the reality is boring. It's so boring. For a long time, his story was the reality is dangerous and the reality is not nice. So he didn't want even Yuma to find the reality. Look at him, it just slouches again. Posture of a king here. Might buy a raincoat. Yeah, you better. It's very rainy nowadays. Now you can get one from the sun as well. But that was after this. The animations, like for Vivia. For Vivia are incredible. Then again, he's so tall. He's probably like 6'3". That jump actually was just like the same jump as I would have if I... Oh, she's going down on the ground. Oh, she's going upstairs. Okay. Like, the animations and the motion for Vivia moving around here, I don't know. It's just so different. It feels like we're playing as in a different world, almost.
I see. This is the perfect building for dying.
Man, this keeps... So what is he exactly meaning by this? I hope we get like kind of like a conversation about this. Like the perfect building for dying. I might go back and look at the start of the video again to see exactly what he was saying from all that speech too.
Met before? Are you sure about that?
Now, is he saying like you followed her and that's how you met?
I don't remember you at all. Are you sure it was me you met?
There's no mistake. You have that smell.
That smell?
Smell?
You smell faintly of death.
What do you mean by that? That's rather rude.
Yeah, like that's... But the thing is though, like, I don't know if Vivia means that as like an insult.
Do you live in this building?
Yes. Why?
From what I've heard, there hasn't been anyone living in this building for a long time.
What?
Who said that? Oh, was it the people around here? They probably have a grudge against this place.
Okay.
They say the building blocks the sun, or that it's sinking into the bedrock.
What about all the people who have fallen to their deaths?
Yep,
from
that's
this
another way of...
place?
that's another thing you can talk about here.
Is that nothing but a groundless rumor too?
Man, I love this man so much.
Of course it is.
But it isn't. It's fact. Even the newspapers have articles about it.
See, when Vivia's so interested in something and so interested in a topic, like he is like so good at moving forward, right? Like we saw that when he like threatened us at the time, like he was so you know, interested in the idea of like protecting the truth at the time because he knew it was going to be painful to see. That like he like was like moving faster than he had ever moved before. But then as soon as he like came to a conclusion where it's like, okay, I'm gonna let Yuma move to the truth, he became like, okay, I'll step back a little bit. So whenever he's like super like interested in something, he like he is able to stand and deliver, no problem.
If you live here, then you must have heard about it. Many unsolved cases in the city have been completely left alone. Of course, this has nothing to do with me. I have no interest.
Yeah, but there's something else to interest him clearly.
Truth. However, I am somewhat interested
there we go.
in you.
Something caught his attention.
Are you hitting on me?
I suppose you could take it that way.
Oh, Vivia!
I see. To be honest, I'm interested in you too.
So, two-way interest, but then again, like, very interesting characters here.
Although it's more that your life force makes me curious.
Life force.
It's... how do I put this? Faint.
So she can sense his life force, like his energy?
Thinner than paper. Almost as though I can see death waiting on the other side.
Man, who put these two poets in a freaking elevator?
I could say the same about you.
So he also... This is so interesting. So he also sees her as like a faint, like so close to death. The two of them are so close to death.
Sheesh. This is a hassle. I guess I'll get to the point. You killed them. Didn't
Just
you?
outright say, wait, what? Just outright saying it?
Did
And she's like, oh, did I?
You lured people from the city here and pushed them off the building, making it appear like suicide.
That is nuts.
Why did you kill them? There's no benefit in it for you. For fun. You wanted to see them die? Or did you develop a special interest in the value of people's lives? If so, that makes you a serial killer.
Me? A killer?
Nuts. But then again, this is not this is why we know for a fact that he's met an interesting character here, because usually in this game, when you say to someone, and we saw it like last time, when you accuse someone of like murder, they generally don't go like, aha, me, a killer? You know, they go, what are you talking about? You know? So it's so interesting.
Well then, I guess that means you're trapped inside
Like, this
an
is like,
elevator with
what,
the
like, what
killer.
is his reaction?
Strangely, I found myself in situations like this often. Whether I want it or not, death finds its way to
Man. This is like, again, does it feel like to you guys like we butted in on a conversation we're not even supposed to see? It feels like I'm not supposed to be here, and this, you know, like this should be happening when I'm not here.
You're not afraid?
Afraid? No, it's more like observing from a great distance as dark clouds slowly spread out over the ocean.
So he feels like he's not like right in the thick of it? The thick of it?
I don't quite get it, but it doesn't sound joyful to me. Though you were like this from the very beginning. Truth be told, I can tell when someone has a death wish.
Wait.
I sense their desire to go to the other side.
What?
Yes, you remind me of that.
Wait, and that's why you're pushing people off the roof?
The other side. Did all those you lured here feel the same way?
And she just sensed this?
Lord, you're mistaken. I didn't do anything myself. I was just here.
This is such a weird conversation. I'm like, I feel like I'm like, even if I was a fly on the wall, like a literal fly, I'd be trying to find the exit.
People like you happen to show up here. Then they depart to the other side on their own.
You really want to insist that you weren't involved? That all those who died came here of their own accord?
That's right. Aren't you the same way?
Yeah, but do not push Vivia anywhere.
Me? Perhaps.
And now thinking back again, to me that's like though this is again one of those situations where like she's not talking to like a regular individual here. Oh no! A conversation with
I will
Yakou.
die someday. And perhaps this is a fitting place for
No,
it.
no.
The view here is nice, don't you think? That's certainly an added
This is where
benefit.
Yakou brought us on our first day here.
The journey here wasn't easy, but things are just getting started. Vivia, let's save Kanai Ward. Together.
And like we're starting to see, we know that Vivia has like a massive amount of admiration for Yakou, and it's clear that Yakou also has an admiration and like a care for Vivia as well.
That's not why I came to this city.
Right. I'm counting on you then. Wait, what did you say? Did I mishear you?
I don't care what happens to Kanai Ward. And I have no intention to obey orders from the WDO either.
Yeah, we know that from the box cutter situation.
I just want some peace and quiet. A calming place where time will gently pass by.
So he sees Kanai Ward as like maybe like that peace and quiet possibly.
What are you talking about? You're not gonna find that here. The only place you can find perfect peace is heaven. And the only ones who can reach it are the dead. Wait, don't tell
Yeah.
Just leave me alone.
Oh no, Vivia.
me I can't do that. We need your help. Hey, Vivia!
Such an it's so different from all the other detectives, like so different. So Yakou realized early on, he's like, man, are you don't talk like this. You know what I mean? He's kind of like, no, you can't. Don't even think about doing that, you know?
I've always been able to see the dead. And what they tell me is always true. The truth has been exhausting for me. For as long as I can
And there we go
remember.
again with the truth. And in this case, the truth is like what the dead tell him.
Even when I cover my eyes and ears, their voices continue to whisper it to me. Please, be quiet. No matter how much I
No.
beg for it, the calm will never come.
That is terrifying. Your whole life, all you're hearing is the whispers of dead people constantly?
Where's the perfect peace? It's found in death.
Oh my god, he's basically saying like if I die, all these voices of the dead will stop.
Ah, there's the look.
He sat back down as though that's horrible.
Everyone who steps into this elevator has the same look in their eyes. They want to escape reality as soon as possible. They don't care where they end up.
That's so
as long
sad.
as they can get away.
That's so sad. The idea of escaping reality, like, is escaping life, and it's obviously something horrible is happening in your life that you don't want to be here anymore. Horrible to even think about.
This elevator will take you to your desired exit.
And from Vivia's perspective, it's like literally he sees the idea of whenever he's like, I want to die someday, what he's saying is I want to be free from those voices.
The path to the other side.
And it's your job to see them off. You've seen so many on their way from here. It's like you are the guide to the afterlife.
It is almost like the arbiter, like almost like the like taking you across the river Styx almost. No, I think it's so sad from Vivia's perspective. Like the idea of like because here's the thing, I think at some point in life we've all like had that moment where like, you know, you think about stuff so much and you're like, man, that's you know, it gets to you, right? It really gets you. But like to get to a point where like, you know, you get to this point is on another level. And I'm talking about the people as well that came up here. Like they're like, I want to escape reality and I don't care how it happens. And in Conan World, I can imagine that like mental health like help is not there. I imagine it's definitely not there. And I imagine as well, everyone is in such a bad situation that if you talk to someone about like how sad you're feeling in some cases, depending on the person, but I imagine most people could just judge them by like, you know, how Conan Ward people act. I imagine there is kind of a situation where it's like, well, like I'm also going through stuff and it's like, okay, you can't really talk to many people about it. Like, you know, and with Vivia's situation, it's like he is literally haunted by what he sees as the truth. The idea of the truth is like, you know, death. It's the people who from beyond the grave talking to him, and that's, you know, a way to look at it is like, yeah, they won't lie because they've seen it all. Not only have they seen it all, like when they talk about life, they talk about all the truths of life as well. It has to be killing him, like.
So what if I am? Aren't you similar?
Perhaps. That may be true. It moved.
Life is like this elevator. Once it moves, it will not stop.
Oh man. And we know Vivia survives this, right? Because these are all from the past. But it doesn't make it any easier to think about Vivia in this way. It's actually very heartbreaking.
I can hear them.
Hey, Vivia! Where are you?
Oh, and he literally followed. Oh, Yakou! He literally followed him.
Hey, Vivia! Where are you?
Vivia, look! You look how much someone cares, please.
That voice.
See, there's another voice now, right?
Do you recognize it?
It's your chief.
No.
If you have any attachments in this world, I suggest you don't depart.
Attachments? If that's the case, why did you go to the other side?
Huh?
The first of those who died was a woman wearing a
Wait,
red
so she's
rainbow.
dead too?
Her name was Rio. It was written in a newspaper.
Oh my god, she's dead too.
Why do you still ride this elevator, even after death? Isn't it because you're still attached to this world?
Oh yeah, so he is hearing the voices of the dead in this.
Who are you? You don't seem like an ordinary human.
He's not.
I'm a regular detective. I just happen to have one foot.
One foot in
on
the
other
grave.
side.
Like, I know he's smiling when he's saying this, but like, it's still, like, it's one of those situations where, like, you know, when like I know for a fact if I went up to Vivia and gave him a hug and was like, Vivia, like, you know, it's all okay. And he's like, he wouldn't even register it in the same way normal people, quote unquote. No, I hate saying he's not normal because that's even more insulting, I think. But you know what I mean? Like, the way like someone who maybe thinks rationally in a lot of ways wouldn't react.
I see. Still, you surprise me.
Like, look at this.
You knew I was already dead.
This is a constant for him, though. He's constantly hearing the voices of the dead.
I told you in the beginning, and you smelled of death.
You did.
You're responsible for stopping this elevator, using some spiritual power, or whatever.
Vivia's incredible. Vivia's incredible.
You haven't been guiding the suicidal to the roof of this building. You've been stopping the elevator in an attempt to make them reconsider.
Oh my god. She's basically been like, because she even like said, like, if you have any attachments, stay here.
You sure are a mean one. You knew all along.
Oh, Vivia, please listen to it. And if you have attachments, which you do, and you're gonna grow to have so many more attachments. Remember Vivia in the last moments of Raincode? When Vivia was in that suitcase? Like, that was my happiest moment, because it was like, Vivia is like, you know, still Vivia, but like knows that like people care enough that they you know, that they might carry him in a suitcase.
You try to save them.
Oh my god.
Yes. As I'm sure you know, I haven't been able to stop a single one.
This is a heartbreaking story.
More than 10. And I've watched all of them go. That's why I think it's my fault. Because I chose this place for my own death, it's become rather famous for suicide.
And I imagine that would happen. It's like the idea of like, if you see one person do it successfully there, it's like, oh, I know that can be successful. I know that I will be successful there. And how sad is it from Rio's perspective? Trying to prevent 10 people from dying, you can't do it.
I was just tired of living.
Jesus.
I wanted to go somewhere far away from this place.
And that's what it you know, it can definitely feel like, right? It's like, it's not like this thing of like how do I say it? Like, because obviously everyone's different, but it's not always like this thing of like, because I think a lot of people wrongly see it, and we're gonna get into heavy topics, I suppose. They wrongly see it as like, oh, I just don't want to be breathing, right? But like, you know, a lot of times you'll hear people say something like, you know, I wish I could like, you know, just be in a different universe, be in a different world. I wish I could like click my fingers and I would be on Mars. I know that sounds like, you know, it doesn't sound as serious, but that's like what it is. It sometimes it is like, just like, I don't want to be here. You know, this is where my pain is. This is where I'm feeling the worst. I can't live here. And since there's no option of just like changing your whole life in an instant, there's just not. And it's not just like, oh, I want to live on Mars. It's also like, I wish I could like change this every single aspect of my life here and rearrange everything. And again, impossible. You know, like maybe a possibility if you have like, you know, I'm not trying to say like rich people can't be depressed. I'm saying like, you know, there may be a possibility that you could like completely just like change absolutely everything if you had like millions and millions of dollars or something. But even then, those feelings don't escape you. You know what I mean? They're still going to follow you. There's that line in the Bring Me the Horizon song where it's like, I can't drown my demons because they know how to swim. It's like, sometimes it's hard to even escape that. And it's horrible to even think about. I'm sorry for going into this stuff as well, but I feel like this is the topic. This is the time to talk about that type of stuff.
But you regret it.
Yes. That's why I always stop the elevator whenever someone comes here.
Yeah.
So I can speak to
Yep.
them.
And now she's feeling so guilty, which is horrible for her. Because she's saying that because I did it, everyone else wants to do it.
But I've never been able to convince them otherwise. All I've done is provide some time to think things over.
Yep. And sometimes that's like what's needed.
Everyone who comes here has claimed none would be saddened by their deaths.
Dear freaking Lord. And Vivia, you know Yakou down there as well. You know by the end of the game, by the end of Raincode, how many people would be saddened and how many people love you.
I've never been able to get them to recant those words.
That should be expected. After all, it is the truth. Everyone must overcome the death of others to keep on living. No one can remain in place and look back every time.
And that's the thing. It's so true of Vivia saying here as well, like in a way where it's like, while your closest confidants and family will never get over it, right? Like, you know, all those people that have mourned you for a while, they have to. And it's your families, or they have to, like, you know, and people have to move on, like, you know, even after, like, not even just about this, but like they have to move on. And that can be even more heartbreaking as well, because it's like, then from your perspective, you're thinking, after I'm gone, the world just keeps on ticking, which is such a dangerous concept to think about, because it's like, of course it keeps on ticking, but not for everything. Like, everything, for some people, it's going to be so painful, you know? And that's not something, again, I want to make it clear. It's like, you know, I think a lot of people, like, when we talk about this, when someone has, like, thoughts like that, they go, oh, well, like, you know, you're being selfish. And I don't think it's a selfish thing at all. Yeah.
Is that so? We're almost to the roof. From here on, I can do nothing to stop this.
The
Please
car
listen.
drove through her.
Even if you get to the roof, don't step out onto
The
the
car
floor.
drove through her at the start of this chapter. I remember now. Now it makes sense.
Why?
Because they will try to take you.
They?
As long as you don't listen to them, you'll be able to shake it off. That's because you're here to investigate what happened, not for your own death.
I don't know about that. The moment I got on the elevator, I think I made up my mind.
Sorry, guys.
No, you must be
Yep.
determined
No,
to
I agree.
survive.
I agree.
Otherwise, they will take you.
I agree.
Life and death. I fail to see the border between the
Please
two
do,
anymore.
though. I know it's hard, but please do.
They both overlap. I can no longer tell which one is the real me.
Then please, think of the people you will leave behind. You must have some in your life. Are you really going to depart without saying farewell to them?
And like what you meant to Yuma by the end of this game, and what you did for Yuma as well, when it comes to, like, you know, accepting life itself. That was you.
There must be someone you'll regret not saying goodbye to.
And you respect for Yakou.
If I had someone like that, I wouldn't be
Oh
here.
my god. And finding out Vivia feels lonely, like,
I have
no.
no one.
No. You have everyone.
We need your help.
Yeah. Yes. Stop. Stop this right now.
Isn't it cool to have a detective agency in a submarine?
It is.
If you ever have trouble here in Kanai Ward, just come on by. The other detectives and I will always have your back. In exchange, you better watch out for us, too.
He took that literally. He took out a box cutter and said, I will watch out for Yuma in the best way possible that I can do, in his mind. Man, look at which people cared about you.
What a pain.
If you ever need something, let me know.
Look at this again, and Yakou meant this.
I want peace and quiet.
Huh?
This is giving so much new meaning to all the stuff Vivia said throughout the entire game.
I want to be left alone.
Jesus, man. It's heartbreaking.
There's no way I can do that. We're pals, aren't we?
We're pals. This gives a whole new meaning to everything that's been said about Vivia in this entire game. Oh, he keeps like, oh my god, look at this.
Vivia, you've barely eaten a thing since you came here. You're looking kind of emaciated.
He even was like, hey, you gotta eat something.
I'm eating well enough.
Oh, a book's not food, buddy. A book's not food.
That's not for eating. That's for reading.
And the way he just like so sincerely lifts up the book.
Same thing.
How could they be the same thing? Do you hate the food in this town or something? The hotel restaurants offer lots of different choices. I'm sure you'll find something you can eat. All right.
Look at me, so
Today's
sweet.
my treat. Let's go get dinner at a
Yakou.
restaurant.
Why bother with all that trouble?
I'm in tears.
I wish you'd leave me alone.
I can't do that. I may not look it, but I can be pretty persistent.
And like, by the way, this is like one of the best things, really one of the best things that you can hear when you're feeling like this, for sure, is like the idea of like, you know, someone being persistent enough to come over and talk to you. You know, even after you're a little bit dismissive, like one of the most amazing things you could ever hear is like someone being like, no, I'm not going until we get some food. Let's go get some lunch, you know? If you're not going to get some lunch, let's get her here, you know? It's just like, it's...
You told me one thing, so now I have to do the opposite. That's just how I am.
And this whole thing gives a whole new meaning to Vivia's the entire playthrough of Vivia.
That's what made me the detective I am today.
No, he's so persistent with Vivia, and this is no wonder he had so much respect for Yakou. Like, to the point that he would literally, like, you know, stand in front of him with that box cutter.
Don't wish for death. At this rate, you'll be taken away.
Come on, Vivia.
They're growing stronger. Each new one makes them more formidable. They will even take hold of the living. We've arrived.
And like, it's just like throughout this entire game, Vivia's been saying, I want to die. I hope I die someday. Right? And that's, I hope the voices stop. I want peace and quiet. I hope and that's literally, I hope the voices stop. That's so sad.
They're coming.
What are they gonna look like? Jesus, man, what the hell? Vivia.
So death awaits.
No, Vivia. I know Vivia survives, but I just don't want even to think like this.
They aren't moving.
They're not grabbing him?
It's almost as though they haven't noticed you.
They like literally stopped right in front of him.
So, they're only able to take away the living.
What? What? What?
Then you're also...
What?
I'm the same as you all. I'm a ghost.
Huh?
No way.
In what world is this true?
However, in my case,
Oh
body still
my
lingers in this
god. This whole time he's been a ghost?
What does that mean? Who are you?
What is that?
I've already told you. I'm an ordinary detective. I just happen
That's-
to have one foot on the
His
other
forte is legitimately just like him being a ghost. He literally was able to make someone else a ghost. It's not even... At that point, it's not even projection. At that point, like, Yuma probably died in that, well, like, true coalescence. It was dead. What has happened this whole time?
side. I decided to come here in my ghost form to try talking to you.
Oh my freaking god.
Thanks to that, I can't be dragged out of
He's a
here.
ghost that lingers. His body lingers. His physical form lingers. Look at that smile.
Really? I don't quite understand. But you sure are a mysterious
He's more than
person.
mysterious. So that's how he gets his projection.
I wouldn't mind walking away on my own, but I refuse to let
Oh my
someone
god,
take me
Vivia.
from here. That is not the peace I desire.
So you've reconsidered.
There is no need for you to be imprisoned here. I think your atonement has been fulfilled.
Vivia.
Isn't it about time you sever your attachments here?
No way is he able to do this.
I want to remain behind. I need to ensure they don't take anyone else who comes here. Not everyone is as strong as you are.
Calling Vivia strong as well. Oh my god.
I'm not strong at all. I've just grown used to death.
So that's how he's hearing voices all the time.
Also, will the elevator move again? Or is it stuck on the roof?
Yeah, until someone pushes the button.
No. No.
Vivia,
I know.
Are you
I
there?
know who's gonna push the button.
That's Chief
Look, he
Yakou.
found you, man. He found you. Oh my god, he ripped it open. Are you kidding me?
He's not here. Damn it.
Wait, because he's in his ghost
Wrong
form.
place. I thought he'd come here to investigate.
Yakou had the right idea. He had the right idea. Oh my god, look at him.
I'm so exhausted.
Vivia, look what he's doing for you.
He took the stairs all the way to the
Yeah.
roof to chase after the
Oh my
elevator.
god. No wonder he, like, again, like it made, like, we already thought Yakou was amazing, but no wonder Vivia literally stood in front of him with the box cutter at the end of the game. No wonder.
He must have been worried about you.
And no wonder he wanted to protect that idea of Yakou in everyone's mind, because he wanted him to be perfect in everyone's mind forever, just as he was in his.
I've watched over 10 people depart, but he's the first one I've seen come looking for the dead.
That's so sad.
You have a place you can return to. Perhaps that's the difference between us.
Honestly, I don't care for all the noise. I'm rather envious of your world.
However, if you have a place to return home to,
You should.
You should.
Yeah.
Home, huh? I find myself hesitating. I don't know which path.
No,
I
you should
take
take this path. You should.
Isn't it obvious?
Jesus Christ, man, I'm devastated. And look, you.
Hey, Vivia! Where did you go?
No, my.
Please, go back to him.
Yakou's such a good
I'm
dude.
sure he's waiting for you to return.
Jesus, man, this whole DLC case.
Vivia, I was looking all over for you.
And he went back into his human form. And he's just sitting there, look at this. No wonder there's such respect for fucking Yakou. Sorry for
You had
swearing.
such a solemn look on your face when you left, so I had a hunch. What happened?
I got a bit
You did,
lost.
you did. You beautiful man.
Getting lost at your age? Then again, you didn't come to
He
this
means-
city that long ago, so...
He means spiritually
I guess that makes
lost.
sense.
Meant, oh. Stop. Oh, and he let someone grab his hand to help him.
Anyway, I'm glad you're okay.
And then
Let's
give
go
it.
back to my
That's
awesome
that's so
agency office.
symbolic. Giving you the umbrella. Oh my god. Vivia with her umbrella. And a little smile. Did I see a little smile? That's so sad. It's so happy as well that Vivia has something like that. Right?
Death.
It's so,
is
I'm
always
so,
awaiting
what an
me
ending.
upon my path.
What an ending.
Like trees neatly lining the roadside, casting dark shadows at my feet.
Oh,
Even if I manage to overcome them, and make it to the end of that path. When I turn around, the cruel truth is waiting.
truth.
The shadows are a procession to my own funeral. To live means to continuously die. Every human is nothing but a walking corpse. And so, I too am dying in this moment.
Vivia. And with the umbrella with
However, as long as I continue to travel this path,
stop.
I may enjoy some peaceful
As he looks at
scenery
freaking Yakou.
beyond the truth. Perhaps the peace I desire can be found there.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And this time he's saying beyond the that was so far the best DLC case by a mile, and that's saying a lot because I thought Fubuki's was like gonna be the best. That is so, like, I am so emotional right now thinking about this. So emotional. Erica Mendez doing Rio, really awesome. I will put a warning at the start of this video. Of course, we went into some heavy topics, but it definitely feels like, you know, Vivia saying that, I guess saying that like everyone is a walking corpse is because everyone has to find the truth all the time. That the truth is like death, like the truth is like a death every single time. And that so in that way humans have to face that all the time. And to me, that's like a terrifying concept. And in the end, he even said, like, maybe the truth is where I can find some happiness. And I'm so glad in this situation, Yakou was the one to pull him out of this. Even though he's obviously still not in, like, a perfect state. At least he has that friend that will change his perspective. At least a little bit. You know? I think that's actually, like, you know, really good to have someone like that. For anyone to have someone like that is so important. And it changes the perspective of Vivia throughout this entire game. Vivia is a character who, throughout this entire game, was on both sides. You know, was on one foot in the grave, as he said, like a ghost, but still had his body lingering here on Earth. And this DLC puts that all into perspective. He's been hearing the voices of the dead because he is closer to the dead than you could ever say. And he wanted eternal peace, which was a rest from this as well. Those hands couldn't grab him because he wasn't alive. And throughout this entire game, that's what he was thinking. That is crazy to me. This sub-story, out of all the sub-stories so far, before we finish this, because I feel we'll talk about it right now, I feel like my least favorite was probably Halara's, and that's just because it was a very like straightforward, you know, case. But like at least in the end, like we got to see a lot, like, you know, Halara get a cat. I think the Desahiko one, you know, obviously had that weird thing in it. Like, you know, you guys were explaining it as well to me as well about me getting aspects of it wrong, which is fine. I have no problem being wrong. But also at the same time, like I think at least it had like this thing where like it had a really cool concept to it, which is like, you know, Desahiko tricking himself a lot of the times too. So maybe like I think that, you know, I would put Desahiko's and Halara's like in kind of the same category. Fubuki's was absolutely amazing to me so far. That was the best one I played up until Vivia's, and then Vivia's was the best to me. It was legit the best so far. And then we have one left. A voice calls out to Yakou as he walks in the darkness, sweet but somber. It reminds him of the... That's not right. Yeah, this is putting me in a very weird mood. I might have to take a little bit of a break for the Vivia one and then come back to the Yakou one in a few minutes. You guys will see it right away. But to me, it's like such an incredible DLC quest. It's so incredible. Let us do the last sub-story for this game and close out Raincoat. And it's a voice calls out for Yakou. Let's do this. Thank you, my detective. I know this is going to be absolutely devastating. Let's go. Already we're feeling rather shook by the last one, so I don't know if this is even the right space to play this, but we'll try our best. No, we're here. Stop. It's gonna be him when he was already gone. You awful, awful people. Why would you do this to me? This is where we found him. After we said thank you. Thank you for everything. Yep, it is. Dirt. Why would you do this to me? This is so, like...
Darling.
No!
Darling.
And it's gonna be the one he loved. Of course it's gonna be the one he loved. Of course it is. And you can barely even see his face. And it's side-scrolling like we were in the factory as well, in the facility. I don't know why they would do this.
Yes, I'm Yuma.
Oh my god.
You understand me?
Literally, we're having flashbacks to Yuma. And what just happened? So this is after we left him. So right here, he's...
Oh, don't worry. I'm the
Oh my god, he's
ultimate
remembering
master
everyone for the
detective.
freaking detective
I won't cause any
agency.
trouble for you.
They're awful for this. There was no need for this. The fact that they would even have a thought in their head to do something so upsetting like this to me. And who's he gonna remember now?
That depends on the payment.
Like, even like this is how you know that you love people, right? The fact that you can remember Halara putting you into debt means that you freaking adore them. For sure. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. You know what I mean? Like, oh no! It's so hard seeing him like this. And he's just following the voice of...
Darling.
That's... And she's like floating, that's terrifying. The setting here, by the way, is incredible, but it's so hard to like talk about it, especially when we're like having like such a crazy, like the lighting is incredible. Oh, Fubuki. She was devastated that time. She was so devastated. And how could you not be?
I got a bit lost.
No. And they literally showed this. Imagine you played this one first. Like, I'm so glad I played them in order. Like the relationship is put so into perspective now, how close they were and how much you who's you gonna see here? How much you respected Vivia, how much of Vivia was like,
You haven't grown up at all.
that's her. That's her. I didn't think we were gonna see her at all. I thought she was gonna be left like so ambiguous. I didn't think we'd see her like talking at all. Is this her lab? Oh, she's literally just standing there. Oh my god, she's like like I know it's gonna be surprised she has a full model and everything. Like she's her own distinct. And it's for the DLC.
I've been waiting for you, my darling.
He can't even freaking like. This is so hard to see him like this. Especially after all the stuff that he's done and all the times we've had with him. And this is just the beginning. Thank you, my detective. I would like to not feel this way, if that's okay with you. Where are we? Where are we? Oh, it's a date. 5 years? What? Before the rain, even.
I'm sorry, but I quit.
Oh, wait. I promise I'll figure out some way to pay you by tomorrow. Please wait just another 2 days. No, a week. Wait for another week, please.
It's so weird seeing Connie Ward in the daylight. Almost as weird as seeing Yakou in a normal suit.
It's not about the money. Take a look at this town. Everything's changed. Nobody wants
Look at this.
detectives
It's so
here.
weird seeing it like this. It's so weird.
That's not true. The place has grown so big, it's just harder to see those in trouble.
So he always cared about this stuff. Of course he did.
There are many people in need of our help.
Where are they then? We haven't had a single customer.
So
for
he's
a
in.
month.
So he's a okay. So he was another detective as well.
If there's any trouble, just ask Amaterasu. They do everything, right?
Yeah, if they weren't doing it right.
Why bother hiring a detective?
But this is our town. If we don't protect it, who will?
Our town? How long will you keep dreaming? This place belongs to Amaterasu now.
But we promise we protect this town together.
But protected from what? Let the peacekeepers handle it.
Man, that's horrible to hear. Because Yakou's so desperate to like the desperation in his voice, and then like let the peacekeepers handle it must feel so bad.
I hear that Amaterasu pays them pretty well. I'm hoping they'll interview me there soon.
Buddy, you're about to join one of the most evil organizations you'll ever see in your goddamn life.
Yakou, I feel bad saying this, but you should quit being a detective and find a proper job.
Oh my god, a proper job. Imagine detective's not a proper job here.
What, you think this gig isn't proper?
Yeah, that's right. In fact, I think you're out of your mind. Listen, you leave me alone from here on out. I don't want you dragging me down when I try to join the
Jesus.
peacekeepers.
He's even like leaving like. So obviously they're showing that Yakou had a desperate like you can hear the desperation in his voice. He wanted desperately to keep the detective agency intact here.
Hey! I'm all alone now.
Hey there, Chief.
Who are you? A vulgar man. And then, by the way, Yakou saying I'm all alone now, knowing that eventually he will have a team of people he trusts is an incredible line.
When are you gonna pay your rent?
Sorry, I'm gathering the money for that right now.
You said that last
Jesus,
week.
leave him. Oh, F off. F off. These people like are like loan sharks like this at all in any case like at all like are just like literally a vampire on the earth. They really are. They don't do anything good for this earth.
And if you can't get me the money by today, I'll sell this place off to Amaterasu like I first planned. They'll pay a lot better than renting it out.
And this is the old detective agency. Yes, that's why he brought us to the rooftop.
I understand. I'll do something about it today. Actually, could you wait until the end of the month?
Not a chance.
I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them so much. They suck so bad. Literally vampires on the earth. That's what they are. Like they oh, what the new detective agency is going to be. They don't add any value to the earth at all. Like imagine saying that, you know, not even an ounce of value, and any value they could add, like being a lovely, like but maybe they're like a loving father. Maybe this it's all disqualified. Everything they do nice is always disqualified by the fact that they are horrible people, and they prey on people.
Are you with the Nocturnal Detective Agency?
Yes?
Oh, Yakou, he's so like young.
I'm looking for this person. I'll put a down payment of 100,000.
Wait, that's just her.
If you find the target and bring her to me, it'll be 1 million.
1 million Shien?
How about it?
That's a lot of Shien.
I'll do it. Please give me this job.
The woman currently works at a lab for Amaterasu Corporation.
Amaterasu again. That's annoying.
Yeah, but 1 million Shien. Even I'm kind of like, that's but then again, also, we should find out why he wants to find this woman, right? If a man comes up to you and goes like, hey, I want to find this woman, you know? You know, that's like if like you're on a night out and someone walks up to you in the street and says, hey, have you seen this lad? And you're like, and they have like an angry tone to them. You're like, you say like, I don't know anything, you know? I don't know anything, even if you did see that person.
Is there a problem? If so, I can find someone else.
No, there's no problem. Yeah, screw Amaterasu, am I right?
Obviously, that night out is different if someone comes up to you and they're scared and they're looking for their friend. That's different, right? That's completely different. You should help them out at that point because everyone should like be able to be safe. I'm talking when someone comes up with an angry face. Have you seen this lad? You know, like you're like, oh God, I don't want to start a fight here. You get what I'm saying?
Wonderful. Contact me once you find that woman.
Understood. Just for my reference, what do you do with the gal once I find her?
There we go. Exactly what I was thinking you should do. Exactly.
You'd be better off not getting too nosy.
Okay, then I wouldn't do it. I would not do it then.
1 million covers 6 months worth of
Only
rent.
6 months?
Luck is back on my side.
Yeah, I still wouldn't do it though.
I'd better start on the job right away.
You would not find me doing this. Now, I think as well, like, you know, Yakou is being a private detective here, so I'm not trying to, like, shame... Oh, wow. He found her. Like, I'm not trying to shame Yakou here by, like, taking this job because, like, you know, it is his job, you know, to find this thing. And I also know that he will do the right thing in the end, no matter what. Like, I'm not stupid. You know what I mean? We're not stupid. We know he's going to do the right thing in the end. And obviously, like, you have to also put it in a different mindset as well, right? I'm sitting here in this chair, you know, playing a video game while he's desperately, you know, sitting on the ground, you know, getting the head beat off him by loan sharks, and his detective just left the detective agency that he owns. Yeah, it's like a very different circumstance of like when someone puts 1 million Shien in your face, right? A very different circumstance.
That's the woman.
Found her very quickly. Her hair is amazing. He's even with the stubble, he looks so young.
Excuse me. What nice weather.
That's
we're
your
having.
open? That's your open? And this girl loved you? Oh my god, her hair is incredible.
It's raining?
Oh,
Yeah.
I like the rain.
Oh wait, it's not raining all the time though. I like the rain. That is, they put that there on purpose. They put that there on purpose for sure.
Fine. Here's the truth. I'm a detective. Someone hired me to search.
Okay. Right away, right away, just owning, like, going full force in with the truth. Impressive.
I think I know why. I probably know your client.
Voice acting is
too.
great. Voice acting is really good.
So, are you going to contact him? I'll go right now if you want.
Wait. For real?
Wait. Damn it. What am I doing? I should have just called the client right away. Who is my client? He didn't seem like the usual sort. I work as a detective because I want to protect the city. I can't work for him if he's a criminal or something. Even if
There we go.
he's my client.
No, see, this is the thing. It's my fault. For usually I feel like I'm very in tune with characters here. I think I assumed that he was just in desperation because this is 5 years ago, Yakou. This is Yakou. You know what I mean? This is someone who actually has like good morals and doesn't want to rock the boat too much, doesn't want to hurt people. That's my own fault for assuming that like 5 years ago Yakou had like different like standards and morals. You know what I mean? Like that's my fault. I was wrong. You know? I was just worried. But like obviously like I still would have like, you know, from that perspective of like how in desperation he was, I thought he was in desperation mode. I really did. But he's actually like just being like, you know, why we love Yakou in the first place. You know, someone who cares about people. Someone who actually will be there for people if they need it. If you need help at all in Kane Ward, he's the one to go to. And he's proven that right here. So really, like, slap on the wrist for me. For doubting. That's what it is. Slap on the wrist for me. Big slap on the wrist.
Are you laughing?
No, it's I'm so happy.
Dead serious about my
I'm
job.
so happy how he takes it so seriously. I really am.
Sorry, I was just contemplating how your head must be full of
What?
dust.
I'll take that as a compliment.
I can't believe we're seeing them as they first met. This is amazing.
It wasn't one. Well, I suppose an antique has its
An
own
antique?
charms.
Antique.
Your client is from our lab's rival organization. He's probably a headhunter.
Yeah, but the way he said it though, the way he said it.
It's not uncommon. I get offers like this all
You
the
probably
time.
don't want to know.
Some try more forceful methods, such as hiring a detective.
Oh, because you're a researcher at Amaterasu.
That's right. To be honest, it's not that great of a place. My boss is an ass,
Oh.
and my colleagues are all depressed.
And knowing what they do to her as well. Oh
When
my
your
god,
own
they sat
research
down for
doesn't go
coffee.
well, they yell and throw mugs at
And
you.
she's getting the vent with Yakou, and of course like Yakou always says it to everyone, right? If you have anything, look at you take those sips. If you have anything to talk about, I'm here, right? The best person to
the
listen to
other
her. This is amazing.
Anyway,
Oh my
if
god.
my research is successful, it'll open a whole new field in regenerative medicine. It's still ongoing, but so far, it can repair nerve cells by simply ingesting medication.
Look, and she's so happy to like be explain this with someone who like, you know, isn't freaking awful.
Do you understand how incredible that is? Do you see?
Yeah, I don't know about all this. Are you really supposed to tell me what you're
All the
researching?
secrets. I think she needed it. I think she needed this.
Shouldn't that stuff be kept secret? I'd really love to avoid getting dragged into a weird mess.
Oh no. Well, whatever. Just make sure you don't tell anyone else. You should be good at that if you're a detective, right?
That's awesome. That's so awesome. She vented fully to this man and felt that he could be vented to.
Of course.
Well, then, will you also keep quiet about where I am?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
There we go. Look at this. Oh my god. Love at first coffee.
Wait, hold on. You're asking me to
Lie to him. Lie to them.
That's entirely different.
No, lie to him.
How so? You could just say you never found me.
Yeah, we never found her.
This is my job.
Yeah, but we never found her.
It'd be one thing if he was a criminal or something, but
See, now that he knows he's a headhunter, he's thinking, well, now like it's different. But I don't know. He just gave me a bad vibe. He gave me a real bad vibe.
There's no reason for me to keep quiet.
He gave me such a bad vibe. Would you guys agree? I think so.
My livelihood is on the line. A million is on the line.
And I say I don't like it. Can't you respect my wishes?
Oh my god, she's a sweetheart as well. Yakou. This is the woman you love. Well, the woman you will love. Obviously, I can't be there to say it.
I live in this town. You said you wanted to protect us. So why don't you start with protecting
Oh
me?
my god, she used the key word.
Well,
The key word.
I work for Amaterasu because I'm from this town. I wanted to stay here, so I chose to work for them. I don't want to go anywhere else. If you're from around here, then you should feel the same way.
And the thing is, like, that's so sad that, like, in the end, she was betrayed by the Amaterasu Corporation and, like, killed because she genuinely cares about Kane Ward. Like, that's why and the both of them do. The both of them want to protect this town. They love this town, or at least Yakou rose to love it even more because of her.
You were born here as well?
Oh my god! Please.
Will you really sell me out for some cash? Or will you protect your fellow citizen, born in the same town?
Protect.
Which part is your real work, Mr. Detective?
I knew I shouldn't have spoken with her.
Yep.
After hearing all
Because you're too
that,
sweet.
is there any possible way I could sell her out?
No, you can't. Look, you're too sweet. You're too sweet.
Is that something a detective would do? All right, I'll leave you be. But you said you're not happy at your current workplace, yeah? In that case, I think you should really consider his offer.
If it is actually a headhunter, though.
No matter what comes my way, I have no plans to change my mind. I love this town.
And it's so sad because we know how this ends up.
Yeah. I also love this place. It's why I work as a detective.
Yeah.
Damn it! My million!
Oh, get him out of here! Push him out! Push him out! Push him out! Push him out! Push him out!
You're...
Push him to the ground.
Found you.
See, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Yakou!
Get out of here now!
Yakou! Oh my god, I love Yakou so freaking much.
I'd imagined.
You bastard.
Look at this.
I won't let you have your way in this
Oh my
town.
god.
I'm the only detective Kanai Ward's got. You got that?
He's incredible. He's freaking incredible. He tackled it. He saw the Magnum and jumped on this man. That's the values of someone you want. Oh my god, seeing the night sky and seeing like the moon. Oh my god, it's so pretty without the rain. It's so pretty. Oh my god, he's busted.
This is the last chance I'll have to enjoy the scenery.
He's busted.
Ow.
And she...
I heard your detective agency was here. Are you okay?
This is incredible.
You're hurt.
I'm sorry, but like I'm a sucker for love stories. This man just literally took a beating for her.
Do I look okay to you? I'm hurting all over thanks to you. I lost my
Look how
pay.
bruised his face
And
is.
now I'm being forced to cover the damages to that cafe.
Are you serious? The guy pulled out a gun and you... They should be thanking you.
All my friends are gone. I have nothing left.
Well,
And it's even sadder, like, knowing that, like, he's gonna gain her, right? As someone he loves. And gain is such a weird word. But you know what I mean? He lost his friend, he gains a new friend in this in this woman, right? But you know what's actually like so sad and happy at the same time, then sad again. He loses her, and then he doesn't want to move forward with protecting Connie Ward, because at that point he now starts, he protects the little parts of Connie Ward, but doesn't want to do the big parts anymore because he's worried someone else will get hurt because of her getting hurt. And then he gains a new companionship with people he can trust finally, with the WDO detectives that come there. And in the end, he trusts them so much that he trusts them enough to figure out the crime and to be okay in the end after he's gone. Yakou has an incredible story from start to finish.
I'm sorry.
Why are you here? The client's long gone. I have no business with you.
Why do you insist on being a detective? Even if you're doing it for the city's sake, aren't you getting tired of it?
When I was a kid, I'd gather with all the neighborhood kids, play detective.
His music.
Loved it.
So he's been playing detective since he was a kid.
I made matching badges for my friends and we went around patrolling. I was so proud to wear it on my chest.
This is the man you want protecting you. I'm sorry. This is the man you want protecting Connie Ward.
I let it get to my head. I said our group of detectives would protect this town. It's been decades, but I still can't bring myself to lie to my childhood friends. Connie Ward is going through some major changes. All the more reason why we need detectives here.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree so much.
So, I've decided to continue being the only one.
Like, you see what I mean? Like, they're lucky to have someone like this at the last line of defense.
You haven't grown up at all.
What?
That's...
What? Oh. What? They've known each other since they were children?
Thanks for protecting me earlier. You know, more people may be coming after me. So I'd like to make you an offer, Mr. Detective.
Yeah?
How would you like to work
Oh
as
my
bodyguard?
god. So they knew each other since they were children? So oh my god, so as soon as she trusted him from the get-go, from the moment that they knew each other. Oh, I'm devastated. I'm so devastated.
I knew this day would come. Thank goodness for my research. This medicine can regenerate nerve cells. It's still in development, but I suppose I can leave a sample behind.
And there's the badge. What's she talking about? What's she talking about? Like,
it might be completed if someone takes over my research. It may even regenerate some of my brain cells.
no. How? And it's in the freaking badge. This game. Oh,
look at you.
No.
Protecting me.
Why are they doing this?
My sweet detective. You've done well. If the medication doesn't help, maybe you'd feel better if you saw me again.
Wait, is this gonna bring Yakou back? No, stop. Oh, and he gripped it. What a story for Yakou. Like, one of the most, in terms of an arc, perfect. Oh, look at them there as well. 5 years younger Yakou. Oh my god. With her advice. They deserve to be together forever. Are you kidding me? Look at you, my detective, protecting me. I'm never gonna forget that. That's it. So we're not gonna even know if he takes the... I am devastated. I'm a sucker for a love story. Morgan Laurie, she did a fantastic job. I'm a sucker for a love story, I really am. And that's really it for Raincoat, guys. We've done all the sub-stories. I'm kind of like... When I was a kid, I played Final Fantasy X, and I always say like a very silly thing where I say that tricked me into play as a little boy. It set me on a different path to maybe like other little boys may have gone down, where I felt this love story between Tidus and Yuna, and I fell in love with love and the concept of a love story. And from that moment, like I was like, I played a game called Shadow of the Colossus, which is my favorite game of all time, and there I like saw another love story between Mono and Wander, and I was like, oh my god, like so like love stories are like my favorite thing in the world. Like the idea of love and longing and finding the eventual, like, you know, coming back together. And sometimes it's like, you know, and, you know, like it's the opposite of that. Obviously, but I want to play Final Fantasy X sometime on the channel, even though I played it several times. Excuse me. I love Yakou's story from start to finish. I really do. And like, I mean, there's so many times there, like I still have tears of eyes. Like, and I always like I feel like lately we've been having so many sad stories, and like it's crazy that these games do this. Yakou's arc is perfect to me. It's an arc of someone who wanted to protect Kane Ward but lost everything in the process, then gained something as so lovely as a loved one, a new one to someone else to protect in Kane Ward, the reason to protect Kane Ward, right? Someone who loved Kane Ward just as much as him. He then lost her. He then came back and became a regular, just like odd jobs detective, where he did nothing but small odd jobs, which were still important. It was important to the people of Kane Ward. He still loved those people in Kane Ward. Then he met the people from the WDO, Yuma, Desahiko, Halara, Fubuki, Vivia, and he gained a new lease in life. And then now him saving Vivia is a whole new perspective, because he didn't want to lose somebody else. He really didn't. And he cares so much about the idea of life. And in the end, like, you know, he grew to like want to protect Kane Ward again, and then trusted that these 4 detectives that we see here and Yuma would protect Kane Ward in the end after he'd gone. And they did. And they did. Oh my god. Really, it's an amazing story. If I had to rank these, which I think is fun to rank them in terms of like why I thought were my favorite, and in the bottom spot, and that doesn't mean they're bad. It just means that they're it's like having 5 donuts. It's like, I love donuts, and like of course one of them's gonna be your, like, you know, not the best donut. So Desahiko and Halara, I think, but I think Desahiko had like a really cool concept. The idea of like Desahiko's like, you know, like going back and forth. He like you know, it very much is a very Desahiko thing to catch out someone and then ruin it in the end. Even though I feel like Desahiko would take a bullet for people. Fubuki's is just amazing because like it was funny, but then also at the end, like you saw the companionship with all the detectives, which is something I always adore to see. I really do. Halara's was great also. But it was great for different reasons, because it was just a basic detective case that like really showed, you know, Halara's love for animals, and also just how good Halara is as being a detective. It just like that's what the concept was here. But yeah, it would be this and this. I would say this and this, and then it's a toss-up. I think if you're talking about artistically and like just something that made me feel like so many chills, it's Vivia. If you're talking about emotionally, it's Yakou. But I think they go together. I really do. So yeah. That's going to do it for Raincoat, guys. We're finished with Raincoat. As I said in the community post I did recently, we'll be taking a 2-day break as we do in between each Let's Play, because we like to let things settle for Let's Plays. And then we're coming back on Sunday for the Little Nightmares DLC. But there won't be a break after the Nightmares DLC. We'll just go straight into the Nightmares 2. And then after that, Stardew Valley. And then coming up at Christmas, you got the Nightmare Before Christmas, which is going to be playing a few horror games coming up at Christmas. And I don't know what's going to happen in between them. We're not going to do it all Christmas month, but we will have like a fun time for Christmas. Thank you so much to Typhara2, Jamie Bull, Johnny the Banana, The Ghost of Uzuma, Felicitas Felix, Yuld, Radish, Anusa, Malcolm Day, Death Trap, Lynx Markey, The Assassin, and Alpaca Juice. And for the final time, goodbye, Raincoat.